technical problem here, but we think we've got that taken away now. And while you were away, Wind River scored on a 10-yard run following a 53-yard run back on the opening kickoff. The Fowler rushed the 2-point PAT, and it was 8-0 Wind River. Then Wyoming Union tried 3 straight passes, and those were incomplete.
Ball fumbled and recovered by Chiefs.
Cougars.
Teams up to second down.
Returning the ball was a 53-yard punt return, and that was J.C. Herbert who came
Also about 3 yards.
Yeah, J.C. Herbert,
Second and 13.
made that catch and raced it all the way down in front of a huge line of Cougars. So what we have now is Wyoming Union has a second down. They've got 13 yards to go. The quarterback on the play, Martell, was sacked that time for a 3-yard loss. They have in the shotgun formation. There's the handoff. It goes in the backfield. Carrying the football is Ryan Martell, and he gets it back up to about the original line of scrimmage. So we're going to give him 3 yards on the play. And
Also a couple more yards.
No, they're going to move him backwards.
Third down and 15.
2. My apologies on that. So they are now down at the 25-yard line on losses, and it is now third down and 15 yards to go. Sean, great.
Yes, the Chiefs are having some struggles already right away. Some people might have predicted that, but they are trying to get the ball through the air, like Coach Reinhardt said. And look at Taryn right now, take it right to the right, and he tried to get past the ref as an extra blocker there.
And flag on the field. Looks like we might
Nice
have
run with a flag on the
in
field.
the backfield. It happened about the 20-yard line. And the official is going to give us the signal right now. Holding. Well, that's
Holding, Chiefs.
that wiped out a really nice run by Wyoming.
Yeah, and that's something that Taryn Martell does well. When he doesn't see anybody wide open, he does a pretty good job of getting a good run going. Sometimes it's very hard to take him down, like it was right there. He needed 2 guys to take him down. So we'll see what they do on 3rd and 15 now.
And the penalty is declined by
never mind.
which is a pretty smart move.
Penalty decline brings up fourth down.
Going to get the gain on the play, and it's going to go all the way to the, let's see, that's 50, that's the 40, that's the 32-yard line. So that was a gain
We've got about 7 yards.
of 7 yards by Ryan Martell.
And Martell here is, I think they're going to go for it here on 4th and 8. Let's see what they pull. Hand it right to him, and he just gets pummeled in the backfield. There's not a lot you can do against the size of this Wind River defense other than try and go over their head.
Caden Jones came out and made that tackle on the play. So
About 3 yards on the play. Brings up first down, Cougars.
5, and now Wind River takes over.
Isaac Gardner on the tackle.
The Cougars are at the Wyoming Union 30-yard line as we get started.
And I mean, this is exactly where Coach Frederick wants them to be. They want to be strong on defense so that they don't have to worry about going 70 yards rather than they just have to go 30 yards here.
Here comes the play. Handoff goes to the second man through. He's got a lot of running. That's Frederick. Frederick is down inside the 5, inside the goal line. Touchdown.
Cooper Frederick.
Just one play, just like that. That's what Wind River loves to do. They can run over you. It doesn't matter who they have in the backfield. I do see some laundry on the field, though.
Yeah, we have a little bit of yellow
There
paint.
is the flag on the play.
And what is going to be the call? Let's see. The umpire is out there in his white hat, and it's a block in the back against Wind
Holding
River.
Cougars.
So that's going to negate the touchdown.
Blocking the back, excuse me.
And they're going to mark it off from the 10-yard line. So that will move the ball back to the 20-yard line.
That will be a spot foul. The ball will be placed on
It'll
the
be first
20-yard line.
and 10 yards to go.
First and 10,
20-yard line
Cougars.
for the Cougars.
And yeah, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. If you can hear an echo, that is because we are dealing with a technical issue with our camera up here in the press box. So you're going to hear everything up here, including Ernie and I. So we'll get it fixed here. Hopefully at halftime, maybe I can get it fixed up here.
Carter Fowler in the
Oh,
In position, he's got a man open on the far side. It's Herbert, touchdown. Well, they didn't get it on the run, but they got it on
Remington Herbert on the touchdown. Nice pass.
to Herbert, and that was a 20-yard play, 20-yard pass from Frederick to Herbert.
yeah, and Coach Frederick even said that his two quarterbacks, you got Carter Fowler and you got Chris Bird, those two have two very different skill abilities. And one of the things that he really likes about Carter, the left-handed quarterback you just saw, he has some great vision. He saw the one-on-one matchup on the right, and as soon as his wide receiver got open, he knew where to put the ball.
So Fowler with the touchdown pass. The Cougars are going to go for 2 here. And it's a keeper straight up the middle by Fowler, and it is good. So he gets the 2 points, and that's a
Carter Fowler on conversion.
now goes to 22 to
Brings up.
Is there a flag?
Flag on the play.
Oh, there's some laundry on the field, so it must have been a foul against Wind River.
Yeah, because the Chiefs are putting their defense back on the field as if they're going to go for it again, which they might.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they do.
That backs the Cougars up 5 yards.
Yeah, I haven't heard the
Try again.
signal, but there was a violation. So the PAT is going to be another run attempt. Full quarterback is Carter Fowler.
And they're definitely going to go for it here from the 5.
Yeah.
Or from the 7, actually.
They've got twin receivers on the left, single receiver on the right, one man in the slot. Fowler takes the handoff, takes 3 steps back, big rush, throw in the end zone.
Did he catch that?
He's caught.
What a catch!
Completed for conversion.
Catch that time. Let's see if we can pick out. Oh, it was
45.
25?
45.
45.
Calder Johnson.
So that was Calder Johnson. So the 2 points to Johnson, and we go 22 to nothing. We'll be back right after this.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey. A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Well, Steve here picks up the football on the kickoff by Kaiseda at about the 10-yard line, and he returns it, Sean, out to, see where they're going to mark it. It's going to be, I think, the 17-yard line or so.
And yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
yeah, and one thing that Wyoming Indian kind of prides themselves on, they do have a good return team. They're just getting swallowed up right now by Wind River,
18.
and there's not a whole lot they can do against the size and stature of some of these kids.
Okay, Jaron Martell, the quarterback, has his team in a huddle.
Sorry, Remington. JC, I was trying to push you guys ahead.
8 minutes.
It's actually Casey Beavis'
here.
birthday.
The first quarter.
He is 18 years old.
Cougars run 3 plays and scored 3 times. So the Cougar offensive line is doing their job tonight. Martell is back, throws that look in the backfield. He's in the gun, hand off to the first man through, and that is going to be Kajaya.
Ball stacked up.
And
Tackle made by number 72.
about 3 yards on
TJ Howell, no gain.
Yard line. So Day is going to get a little bit of yardage. Football's right at the 20, just on the opposite side of the 20. It'll be second down and 10 yards to go for the Wyoming Indian Chiefs. They come up to the line of scrimmage, hash marker on the far side. Kind of dark here tonight in the pavilion, even with the lights on, with all the clouds in the air. Back in the gun, Martell, broken play, drives straight ahead. He's going to get a yard or two on the play before he's swallowed up by the front four.
Short gain,
And,
couple.
they're going to give him what?
It's like
gain
3
of
yards.
a yard.
2 yards.
So is that going to be up?
Yeah,
to
that's about 2 yards to the 22-yard line.
So he now currently has 1 negative yard because he got caught on a sack earlier. So it's third down, and there are 8 yards to go for Wyoming Indian. They trail in the game here at Pavilion, 22-0, 7-11.
Timeout. Wyoming Indian.
And we have a timeout called, Sean, by Wyoming Indian.
They're good. Happy birthday to Casey.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Back again at Leroy Center Field in Pavilion, 7-11 to go here, first period of play. Wind River with a 22-0 lead over the Wyoming Indian Chiefs. The Cougars have scored on a 10-yard run by Frederick, on a 53-yard punt return, also by Herbert, and a 20-yard pass from Fowler to Herbert. 22-0.
First quarter. Chiefs ball.
2-point plays for
Third and
the
7.
point after, and 2 of them were successful, 1 was not, and that's leading to our 22-0 score. Beautiful night here. We had rain earlier in the Pavilion, and just before the game started, a beautiful rainbow to the east. That was really nice.
It was really nice. You had a couple different rainbows popping up everywhere.
Okay, they've got that scrum look in the backfield. Here's a long heave by the quarterback, and it falls incomplete.
Long pass incomplete.
So Martell tonight is
down to
4
7.
in the passing department, and that's going to be a 4th down for Wyoming Indian. And let's see, they went for it last time deep in their own territory. Sean, let's see what they do for it this time.
You almost have to. I think they're bringing out the punter, but when you're down like this early, you should go a little bit heavy on the tempo, and I like what they're trying to do. They're just not getting enough blocks to protect their quarterback or their running backs.
Jason Slowbear is back in deep punt formation. He's a senior, and he's back at about the 10-yard line. Cougars have Herbert back. And
he dropped it.
Snap is fumbled, and he's going to be caught behind the line. Now he takes off running. He's got some yardage. Slowbear to the 30-yard line and out of bounds. Did he make the first down?
I think he got a first down right there.
I think Slowbear got the first down, and he did.
He did.
First down. Nice run.
That is the first down.
So it goes to a 9-yard run and a first down to the 31-yard line by Jason Slowbear. Nice run.
Yeah, and talking to Coach Reinhardt earlier this season, he told me that Jason Slowbear might be the best player on the team just because of his vision and because of how strong he can be. And you saw it right there with the stiff arm and the run. He has some good vision.
Yeah, he was caught behind the line there, well behind the line, about 10 yards behind the line, and he managed to get out of that and then cut to the right-hand side. Wind River didn't have anybody there. And the first down of the game by the Wyoming Indian Chiefs. There's the handoff to the quarterback Martell. He goes to the left side for a few yards on the play. They're going to mark him at the 36-yard line. Looks like he's at the 36.
And there's one thing, Wyoming Indian likes to run that same type of play where the quarterback has 3 running backs behind him, and it gives the idea of maybe like a triple option. But the problem is when one of those wide running backs gets the ball, the other 2 are not blocking in front of him. They're almost waiting behind him to see if he maybe fumbles the ball or pitches it backwards. They need to be blocking more than they need to do anything right now.
Receivers out on each side. Martell with a pro look set in the backfield. Back to pass. Moves to his right-hand side. Heaves it downfield and intercepted at the 46-yard line by the Cougars. Returning the ball is Aiden Ruby, and he scores. Aiden Ruby from the 46-yard line, so that's a 54-yard
Ruby on the
interception return for
Touchdown, Cougars.
by Aiden Ruby. So here we go. That was just a real long pass, and Sean, it was tipped up in the air, allowing Ruby to get it.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny, as right before I left for here, I actually just typed down Ruby's name as far as high school rodeo goes, so it's good to see him excel in two sports. He had some good look right there for the interception. It was just in the air for way too long. Almost anyone on Wind River could have gotten it, but he was in the right place at the right time.
So Ruby takes it to the house, and now the Cougars line up for two, 28-0, 5:34 to go here, period number 1. And the Cougars have Cooper Frederick as the, no, it's the Fowler, and he gives a pass over on the near side to Frederick for the touchdown.
Frederick is 2.
So pass to Frederick, and we have now another big score in the game. It's 30 to
5:34 left in the
and we
first
have
quarter.
5:34
Cougars
to
up
go here.
30-0.
To play.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Well, Cross County over at Shoshone, the Wranglers have a 27-7 kickoff over Riverside. And the game also being played tonight in Fremont County. And we have a 7-6 score, 7-6, the Cincinnati Bengals. And of course, Logan Wilson from Casper Natrona, and Wyoming is one of the leading linebackers in the NFL. His team is leading by 1 over the Dolphins. Here's the kick. It goes down. It gets away from the player, Adriano Brown.
Oh, he
tries to cut to his left side, but he's
Nice tackle by Caden Jones.
ran parallel at that time, Sean, and didn't get any return yards.
And he didn't get very much speed when he cut. If he had just kept going straight, there might have been a better opportunity for him. He just didn't have the blocking.
And it looks like the football is going to be down at the 18-yard line. So it'll be first down and 10 for Wyoming Indian.
Ball placed on the 18-yard line, first and 10 Chiefs.
The Cougars have had their hands on the ball 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and they've scored every time.
Just a little quick update on that NFL football game, Eagles and Dolphins. Eagles up 7-6 with 5:57 left in the second quarter.
Right. Okay, so here come the Wyoming Indian Chiefs. They're led by
Terran Martell, you got it.
Yeah, Terran Martell, he's a junior quarterback. Got receivers split out wide to each side. They're bunched together in the backfield. Back to pass. Martell heaves it down. He's got a man, and it's dropped right at the 50-yard line. And that was Jason Slowbear.
He almost tried to put too much into the catch. If he had just turned around and opened his hands, it was in the breadbasket, but he tried to do almost a 360 spin while he tried to get the ball, and it just fell right out of his hands. That was a great pass, though, by Martell.
Yeah, it was, and you have to catch the ball before you start turning and running. And that time, Slowbear within inches of getting a big pass. Well, you know, the coach told us, Sean, that he was going to throw the ball, and that's all they've done so far in the game.
Pretty much. It's because their run blocking is not getting anything past these first 4 for the Cougars, which Coach Frederick is very, very proud of, this front 4.
They've had 2 running plays. The rest have all been passes and all incomplete. Back to pass again. There's a long pass down.
Oh, he dropped it again.
Dropped again. That was slow.
Another nice pass attempt.
Down at the 42-yard line. And
Brings up third and 10.
And he's
Very slow to get up.
now, and he is he's one of the bigger players on the team. He's a senior. He's coming off the field now, and coming onto the field is Adriana Brown.
He's probably a little gassed. Not only did he have the muffed punt that he had to turn into a first down, which he did so excellently, but those last 2 passes, he's had to bolt about 20 yards before turning and getting tackled. So I understand he's probably a little gassed right now.
Terrell in the shotgun, receivers wide on each side. There's the snap. Terrell back to pass again, moves to his left, stops, heaves it downfield, caught, and
He caught it.
It's incomplete.
Oh, man.
He dropped it. That was a great catch
Pass
by
attempted complete.
Brown.
Brings up
But then when
4
he
and
hit the turf, it bounced away. So it is another 3 and out. Let's see what the Chiefs do this time. Is Slowbear in the game for a punt? I don't see him there.
I don't think so either. You know, I would have confidence right now. You've had 3 good passes land in the arms of all 3 of your receivers. They're just not coming up with them. So he's in the huddle right now saying, hey, get the ball. Don't try and do anything fancy. Just catch it and run, because Martell has not gotten any help so far. He's been pretty good with the ball.
Yeah, they've been all long downfield passes. They're going to go for it here on 4th down, 4th and 10 from the 18-yard line. One wide receiver split out wide to the left side. There's the snap. And the pass.
He's doing it again.
High pass. And it's intercepted at the 45-yard line by the Cougars. And that is
number 14.
Back so I can see who you 14. Are. Wambi Romero gets that. Wambi.
And yeah, he actually had to fight the other Cougar to get the interception there. They both had hands on the ball, and he just came away with it first.
Yeah, Romero is also an excellent basketball player for the Wind River Cougars. And his brother, Chomry, was All-State.
Yeah, I know Chomry pretty well because he played in the North-South All-Star game as well.
He starred in that one, too. So the Cougars come out now, 1st down, 10 yards to go.
Based on the Chiefs' 38-yard line.
Wyoming Indian, they're going to start right at the 38-yard line.
And whether they're trying to play man or not doesn't matter. They're playing 30 yards deep because this run game, look at what it can do if it gets right out in public.
Yeah, there's another run by Frederick. No one's going to catch him. Touchdown.
Hand off to Cooper Frederick.
Frederick gets the run. It's a 38-yard TD run by Cooper Frederick. And the Cougars have put this one away. It's already 36-0. We're still in the first period of play. We have 4:50 to go in the first period. It was a 1-play drive, and it goes 38 yards. And now the
Cougar for a 2-point attempt.
Frederick. Writing this down so I don't forget it later.
Oh, no, you're okay.
Yeah, Fowler coming into the game now. Well, you know, we expected to see a lot of this from the Cougars, Sean, and they're making us sound good.
Yeah, and it's not if it's not clearly obvious by now that this team might be the best team in the state in 9-man. It's getting pretty obvious, and if they do have to compete against someone, it would be Shoshone, who's up 33-0 at halftime. So can't wait for their game in 2 weeks.
And the pass into the end zone is good, and catching it for the Cougars is
Burt Fowler.
So the pass to
Number
Burt.
5, Chris
And
Burt.
the Cougars now go up 38
That brings
to
us up
nothing.
4:50 left in the quarter, 38-0 Cougars.
Back in Pavilion right after this.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
Riverton's... Sorry to cut that off there.
Oh, that's all right. Well, we're ready for the kickoff. And putting the ball down for the Cougars is Isaiah Jones.
He's a big-looking kicker out there.
Yeah, he's a good-looking kicker. Isaiah was one of the players that was badly burned in a car accident when he stopped to help somebody else, and the power line was draped over a car, and he went to help and got burned. We're glad to see him out on the field here at Leroy Center Field.
Yes, we are.
Okay, Jones does a squib kick,
Oh.
and it bounces down, and it's recovered by Jonathan Spoonhunter right at the 47-yard line. So best starting time
Field position
location
for sure, yeah.
for Wyoming Indian yet in this game at the 47-yard line.
Now let's see if they try and go back to those long passes that were working but they weren't being caught, or if they try and get the run game going again. But like I said, if you're going to try and run against this front four, you need at least 6 blockers, because 2 of these Cougars can take on at least 2 or 3 of these Chiefs right now.
Chiefs have 22 yards rushing in the contest so far, 0 yards passing. The Cougars have 48 yards rushing, 20 yards passing, 53 yards on return, and they did have a pick 6. Okay.
Let's see what the Chiefs can do.
Yeah, Terran Martell back in the shotgun, takes 2 steps back, moves to his left-hand side, reverses direction, heaves it downfield.
He caught it!
It's caught by
25.
Adriano Brown. All the way down.
Ball completed by Adriano Brown. Nice
So
catch.
that is a
First and 10 Chiefs.
28-yard pass. The first pass completion, and Sean, you called it.
Yeah, no, and like I said, they just probably got together on the sideline and said, listen, the balls are being placed perfectly in the breadbasket. It's just up to you guys to actually rein in the catches. So first time, let's see if that momentum kind of helps them get into the end zone here for their first score.
Nice crowd here tonight from Ethity. Back to pass again is Martell. Passes downfield, and it's dropped.
No, he picked it up.
He picked it up. It's another interception, the third of the game.
Ball intercepted by Joaquin Stevens.
Joaquin Stevens that gets the INT.
And that's disheartening for Chiefs fans, especially because Martell, he's getting somewhat more and more accurate, but these long balls that he's trying to just heave up there, those are the ones that are getting caught, whereas when he's actually trying to pinpoint a pass about 10 yards downfield, those are the ones that are getting intercepted.
Yeah, the ones that are like wounded ducks that fly straight in the air. I mean,
Those are the ones that are being caught.
yeah, those are the ones being caught, but unfortunately by the other team. Okay, so we've got Chris Burt split out wide to the near side, another receiver split out wide to the right. In the gun is the quarterback Fowler. Fowler rolls to his left, almost gets
sacked.
caught, throws downfield, it's caught. And a nice move, a little juke move, and we've got running to the end zone. Touchdown, Calder Johnson, Wood River.
And yeah, that's Carter Fowler's specialty right there, getting out of the sack and just tossing it with his left hand just a little bit forward. It didn't even look like it was a real pass. It almost looked like a little shovel pass.
Right.
But yeah, that is exactly what they expect from Carter Fowler.
Well, I tell you what, he was right on the move.
That was a 59-yard pass.
360 to get away from a tackle. Well, Wyoming Indian almost had him there. And now the 2-point play as Fowler comes in from the sidelines with the play. 4:17 to go here. First period of play, 44-0. Wyoming Indian trails the Wind River Cougars. Cougars send Herbert wide out to the right side. On the left side is Chris Burke. 2 men in the backfield. Fowler, the quarterback, gives it straight up ahead. And we have a 2-point conversion. Scoring the quarterback Fowler, so he gets it. Well,
And he almost dropped the ball on the snap, and he just picked it up and ran right to the left.
You know, I thought he had
4:17 left in the first quarter.
46-0 now.
Cougars,
We still have
46.
4:17 to go here in the first period of play back after.
Proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County School Athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit nreca.org.
Isaiah Jones getting ready to line it up for the Cougars, leading 46-0 here in the first quarter. And there's another squib kick, end over end. It's going to go out of bounds, and that'll give the ball
kicked out of bounds.
45-yard line to Wyoming Indian on the penalty.
So another good starting field position. Last time ended in a interception after a really great throw. Let's see what they try and throw out here.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. They've been doing, as you mentioned, they don't have the horses up front for a successful running game, so they've been passing. One pass completion so far from Martell to Adrian
Ball
Brown.
placed on the 35-yard line.
That's the total
Be a first down and 10 yards.
so far for Wyoming Indian.
But as we know, I mean, he could have had 4 completions for probably 60 yards if his teammates would have just picked him up.
Okay, 1st and 10, hash mark, not on the hash mark, it's in the center of the field here, Leroy center field in Pavilion. Chiefs come up to the line of scrimmage. Martell in the gun, 2 running backs on either side, wide receivers on each side. There's the snap, back to pass, and it's a
Little shovel
pass to Ryan Martell. He's caught way behind the line of scrimmage. I tell you what, Sean, the Cougar defense wasn't fooled at all on that one.
Not at all, and they're just too speedy right now. I mean, you could have the fastest person in Wyoming on the Wyoming Indian Chiefs team right now, and this Cougar defense would just sniff them out before they ever cross the line of scrimmage.
That was a pitch to Ryan Martell. He loses 4 yards. 3:49, and the clock's moving here in the first period of play. 46-0 on our WyoToday.com scoreboard. The Wind River Cougars homestanding here tonight. Nice crowd on hand here tonight.
Really fun-looking crowd. Yeah, everyone's standing up. It's not just sitting down in the bleachers. It's a lot of people out and about and bringing their own chairs. It's a really fun stadium to be at.
And when you have a fence in front of the track, you have a lot of fence hangers out there. Okay, here's Martell. Steps up in the pocket. He's
got 2
on court, and it's short.
Pass
Harmlessly
incomplete.
at the 40-yard line. There were 2 receivers
Brings
out
up
there.
3rd down and 14.
Yeah, that ball was a little bit underthrown. He was being chased out of the pocket, though. It's understandable to see that ball get a little bit underthrown.
Well, that was a smart move by Martell, though. When all the rush passed him, he just stepped right up in the gap and went toward the line of scrimmage and let it fly.
And from the games that I've watched and the games that I've been to, 9 times out of 10, he'll take those as runs and try and get a few yards forward. But right now, being down 46-0, it's a little bit more understanding to throw the ball, try and get some points right away.
Twin receivers off to the right side. Again, here's Martell.
Do it again.
Steps up, he's sacked. Nice defensive rush that time by the Cougars. And coming in there, I haven't seen the number yet. He's
Number
walking
4 and number 40 look like.
Well, it looks like J.C. Herbert and Caden Jones. And
Caden Jones and J.C. Herbert on the tackle.
Play.
That is a loss.
And, well, actually, they're going to move it back to the 28-yard line. So a loss of 3.
Brings up 4th down and 8.
Play by Martell. He now has 0 yards rushing, as he's been caught behind the line of scrimmage a couple of times. 4th down, 16 yards to go, about maybe 18, maybe 17, yeah. And the Wyoming Indian Chiefs are trying to figure out, they've made 2 first downs here in the game already in the first quarter. Let's see if they can do it again. Adrian Brown split out wide here to the right side. Hash mark, far side of the field. In the shotgun, there's the snap, back to pass.
He's got plenty of time.
He's got lots of time. There's a long pass, a bullet downfield. It's knocked away, almost intercepted downfield
Pass incomplete.
by the Cougars, Mateo
Broken
Anderson.
up by
It looked like he had 2 receivers that he was going for. I don't know which one he wanted, but number 12 for the Chiefs, he just stopped running, and that was kind of more towards his side of the field. So I wonder if that would have been a better looking ball if he had just kept running. I think he lost it in the lights.
1st and 10 from the 27-yard line.
1st and 10 at the Wyoming Indian 28-yard line. So far in tonight's game, the Cougars have scored on a 10-yard run, a 53-yard punt return, a 20-yard pass, a 54-yard pick six, a rush by Frederick, I forgot to write down the yardage on that one, and a pass to Calder Johnson from 38 yards. Okay, here we go. Wide receivers split out wide on each side, 1 man in the backfield. pistol formation, and there's Fowler taking off. Fowler breaks into the open. Touchdown, Wind River.
Fowler keeps the
That was
ball.
too easy. He walked right up through the middle of the line, and he knew where he was going. He did almost get sacked by one of the defensive linemen, but once you get that far in the backfield, you better get your hands on the quarterback.
27
Yeah,
yard.
that was a nice run. Let me see, that was 28 yards. And the other INT was a 38-yard run by Frederick. Let me get that in the book here, 38 yards. And the other one was
Cougars will be
31 yard.
Ernie, if I may, while you're going through all those, let me update some people. It is almost halftime in Cincinnati. The Bengals are leading 14-12. Tua Tagovailoa had to be carted to the back after a hit to his head. So Teddy Bridgewater, good old two-hand Teddy, is in the game for the Dolphins. Just threw a pass for a touchdown.
Here is the direct snap.
I don't think he got
goes
it.
right back to Chris Burks, and he
didn't
did
get it.
not make it. PAT fails. So, with 2 minutes and 1 second to go in the first period, Wind River
2:01 left in the first
52,
quarter.
Wyoming Indians
Cougars
0.
52.
Healthcare, making healthcare great. Providing coverage in family medicine, women's health, pediatrics, and mental health. Meet providers Tara Blumenshine and Adina Vasco and Jessica Rodriguez. Come see us at Hometown Freedom Healthcare, locally owned, 463-0541.
Take care of your heart. You only get one, so eat well by avoiding salty, fatty foods and fill up on fiber and grains. Stay active. Shoot for 150 minutes of physical activity per week. Take your heart medications and call 911 if you're having any symptoms of a heart attack or stroke. Lander Medical Clinic cares about your heart, but no one should care more about your heart than you.
Isaiah Jones to tee up the ball for Wind River at the 40-yard line. And
John kick.
he moves now to his right side.
And again, we will have these the sound issue fixed, especially before tomorrow's game, where Ernie and I will be calling the Lander Tigers versus Riverton. That'll be a great game.
Well, there was no run up to the ball at all, and it squirts out of bounds about the 35-yard line. He just reared back and kicked that ball. So.
At this point, he's tired of doing the kickoffs, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was going to say, so Wyoming Indian is going to take over the ball, and they are at the
Looks like the 35, yeah.
35-yard line. No, they haven't got the change set up yet. They're going to be at the 34-yard line, so we'll give Wyoming Indian first and 10 at the 34-yard line in their own territory. 2 minutes and a second to go here in the first period. Obviously, it's been all Wind River. They scored 15 seconds into the game, and then they scored 36 seconds later. Then they scored 2 minutes later, 3 minutes later, 1 minute later, 37 seconds later, and 2 minutes later. So it's been. They haven't had to run many plays.
I was just about to say, what you're saying is that they're quick with it, and that's what Coach Frederick
they're
likes to do.
Scoring early and often. Hash mark, far side. Everyone's in tight. One man in the slot for Wyoming Indian. And I guess there is a receiver out there. And Brown in motion. Here's a handoff, a running play. Moving the ball straight up ahead is Ryan Martell. Martell's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he's going to get just.
He might have gotten a yard, yeah.
Yeah, 1 yard for Martell. He now has 2 yards on 4 carries.
TJ Howell on the tackle.
And they keep running that same play where you don't know which running back they're going to give it to. And like we said, they just don't have the manpower up front to get through this Wind River front defensive line, so they might need to find a new way to get a run around. But if I were them, I would stick with some passes. It seems to be the only thing that seems to work. So.
Well, Wyoming Indian has 3 very sizable players. 2 of them are on the line, and one of them is the wide receiver Brown, and of course the quarterback Martell.
Martell's a big boy.
Brown in motion now to the left. Handoff goes to the second man through, and he makes it up across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And that is number 14, Kajaya Day.
And Jensen on the stop.
And he's going to get 1 yard on the play, so he now has 2 carries for 4
Brings up
yards.
about third down. And third down about 8.
Down and about 8 yards to go.
And this might be their best third down positioning. It's been 3rd and 14, 3rd and 15, 3rd and 10, and now 3rd and 8. I mean, I wouldn't say your playbook's open, but right now 3rd and 8 looks a lot better than what they've been getting.
Pending an incomplete pass, this could be the last play of the first quarter, depending on how long it goes. 30 seconds to go. Back to pass.
All the time
on the side is Martell. Changes direction, cuts upfield, and just is short of the first down. He cuts across the 40 to about the 42-yard line, so that's going to be a 6-yard by Martell. That's his best gain of the days.
And the games that I've seen, whether they're wins or losses for Wyoming Indian, when Martell gets hit, it takes more than one person, and you saw it right there. He got tackled about 4 yards prior to where he actually ended up because he just carried the Wind River Cougars that were on him.
4th down, 3 yards to go. Timeout called.
Oh no, it's the second quarter.
That's the end of the quarter. So I guess we do have an official time.
That brings us to the end of the quarter.
We'll be right back.
Cougars.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake Pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Ballard, Dr. Hinkle, and Dr. Frazier offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
Snyder Signature Properties would like to give a huge shout out to the local sports of Fremont County. They are here to support your team and your local home real estate needs. Call today to see how Snyder Signature Properties can help you buy and sell your next property. Good luck to all Fremont County athletes.
Okay, 4th down, very makeable for Wyoming Union. It's 4-3. The ball is at their own 42-yard line. They come out after huddling with their coach and line up now. We have one player split out wide on each side, 2 players in the backfield. Pro set look. There's the snap, and the quarterback is smothered. Martell is smothered well behind the line of scrimmage. The 4th down play fails, and Wind River is going to take over again in Wyoming Indian territory.
Short game. Wind River takes over on downs.
Just making sure the scoreboard said 3rd and 3, but it was 4th and 3. There we go. They got it fixed here. So, yeah, 1st and 10 on the 42-yard line for the Cougars, and this is just not what you want to do if you're the Chiefs, is give them any better field position than they've already gotten.
Okay, the Cougars take over. They move the ball and put it at the 40-yard line. So that's where Wyoming Indian will go on defense. 1st down, 10 yards to go now for the Cougars. Football right smack dab in the middle of this crown field, grass field here at Pavilion, Leroy Center Field. One man in motion. Hand off to the second man through. He's got some running room. That's Frederick, and he gets a break on one side. He makes a cut. He's at the 10. He's down inside the 10 and tackled about the 8-yard line. Nice run by Frederick, and he had to do some quick advanced footwork to escape some tacklers that time.
And Ernie, correct me if I'm wrong, but that might be the first drive where the Cougars have more than one play. Every time they've gotten out in the flat.
Drive had 2 plays.
There you go. Yeah. So maybe Wyoming Indians onto something here.
Yeah, they're
tackling.
30-yard rush by Frederick. He now has unofficially 68 yards on 3 carries. Cougars are 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. Football just resting on the 10. Hash mark far side. They come out of the huddle. Break. And the quarterback. Is that Chris Burke now at quarterback?
Number 5.
Yeah, there's Burke rolls to the near side.
Oh, they sacked him.
Behind the line of scrimmage. Nice defensive play by Marley Seahair. And as Burke was rolling out to his right, Seahair was right there, nailed him for a big loss all the way
Seahair
back
gets
to
up.
the 17.
He's getting up a little limpy. Yeah, he might have gotten hit right in
Ball
the groin
back
there.
in the 17-yard line. That brings
So
us
Burke
second
loses
down
7
and
yards
goal.
on the play.
Seahair's going to come out. I think he ran the football or the arm of Burke just directly into his groin. It just took him down.
Yeah, that would do it for any of us.
Yeah, I don't envy that at all.
Clock moving, 10:40 to go here. First period, 52-0. Wind River. Well, he's still in there. Burke at the quarterback position, pitches it behind him, caught right away. Good defensive play by Jason Slowbear, and that will gain nothing. No gain on the play, maybe a yard. Let's see where they're putting it. They're going to mark it down at the. No gain on the
Loss
play.
of
It's at
about a yard on
17.
the play.
So,
Brings up third and goal.
well, maybe a yard, but we're going to call it 3rd and 10 for all practical purposes. Wind River's first third down of the game.
Yeah, there we go.
I
And
think they've had a third down before.
I don't think they've needed to up until this point. And other than the game at Big Piney last week, I don't know if they've had very many third downs all season.
Okay, here they come up. Man in motion is Herbert. Herbert cuts around, cuts inside, finds a hole, touchdown.
Hand off to Herbert.
And that's just what Herbert does. He is one of the fastest track stars in the state. I got to cover him as soon as I moved up here from Kansas, and he is a fast person right there. You don't want to get in between him and the end zone. I'll tell you that much.
Called back.
Oh, it's being called back.
Holding.
Oh,
Cougars.
so we're going to wipe that off the scoreboard. I didn't see the flag.
It was holding
Somewhere at the 20-yard line. So the clock now moving, 9:38
Back
to
him up
go.
another 5
Still
yards.
52-0.
Third and
Sees
goal.
third down and goal now from the 20-yard line. Third and goal from the 20 on the penalty. There's the snap, rolling to his right side. Pass downfield is caught by J.C. Herbert. Herbert runs into the end zone, and a big hit on the play.
Yeah, that might be a penalty on number 3, but I don't know what it would be for. It wasn't blocking in the back.
Yeah, we've got another flag on the field. Second time Herbert's been into the end zone, but Blake Snyder's going to get a personal foul.
Personal foul
against him. So that's going to move the ball down even further. Another 15 yards and another 2 touchdowns by Herbert wiped off in 2 successive plays.
You know that Herbert is just going back to the huddle like, come on, guys. I just want to get in the end zone. There's no need to keep bringing it back. He might be a little peeved at his teammates, but looking at the score, I'm sure there's not that much. He's not that upset.
They marked the penalty from the spot of the foul, which was inside
15-yard penalty.
So
Spot of
it's
the foul.
now at the
Brings up third down and
20-yard
goal.
line, and it is third down, goal to go at the 23. Same formation, everyone in tight for the Cougars. Now man in motion is Frederick. Back to pass is Burke. Oh, he is slammed.
Oh, are they going to do a horse collar?
Yeah, that's going to be a horse collar for sure. He was grabbed and slammed down
Flag around play.
at the 35-yard line, and multiple flags came out on that one. So that was a good defensive play until the horse collar.
And it might just be a little bit of frustration and anger coming out of the Chiefs right now. That caused that to be a penalty, but they've been playing some strong defense on this drive.
Personal foul, horse collar.
Yeah, horse collar.
That will bring up a first down.
And that just negates all the work that the Chiefs have done.
So they're going to mark the ball back to the 20-yard line on the penalty, and it'll be 1st and 10.
And yeah,
Right? No, they still have third up there. I thought a personal foul was automatically.
I believe it is just still first down. We're just waiting on the scoreboard here.
Okay, well, they still have a third down on the field. Third and goal from the 20-yard line. There's the pitch.
Oh, he dropped the
Fumble
option.
Out of bounds, so that will bring up a 4th down play. If Frederick couldn't handle the pitch from Burke,
Ball fumbled and picked
and the
up
ball
by
goes out of
Cougars
bounds
out of
at the
bounds.
23-yard line. So that'll be a 3-yard
Fourth
loss
and goal.
play.
And that is not normal for the Cougars. They might drop the ball every now and then, but they pick it up and they get to it. And right there, Frederick just picked it up and ran out of bounds. He knew it was best for him.
Okay, leading 52-0. What do you think the Cougars are going to do here, Sean?
Well, it looks like they're going to go for it. 4th and 24.
Yeah, they're going to go for 4th and goal to go from the 24. They've had 2 touchdowns called back on this drive. There's a handoff to Herbert. Herbert finds a little bit of daylight and he scores.
And aren't they glad they went for it now?
Yeah, I tell you what, well, Herbert, after hitting the end twice,
that is a touchdown by Herbert.
Herbert gets the touchdown, 23-yard touchdown by Herbert, J.C. Herbert.
And he finally got it.
Yeah.
And that's what he was hoping for.
Cougars going for 2.
J.C. Herbert, 23 yards. And this comes on the second period at the 8:29 mark. So this indeed was the Cougars' longest drive of the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plays, including 2 penalties in there. Here's the try for 2, and Fowler running out and does not make it.
He might have.
For the end zone.
No,
just missed it.
And he did get a lot of extra effort there at the end, but it just was not happening for him on that play.
So the score now goes Wind River 58 and Wyoming Indian 0, and we have 8 minutes 29 seconds to go until halftime.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Okay, set to kick off again is Isaiah Jones, and his last 2 kicks have been really short. He hasn't even run up to the ball. Well, he's going to take 2 steps back this time. And there's the kick, end over ender, comes down at the 30-yard line. We've got a return on this one, and it looks like that was LaDainian Brown on the return. And he gets, 10 yards, 15 yards on that carry.
I mean, yeah, he got the ball and just ran straight forward. He didn't have very many blockers in front of him. Maybe that's the game plan by the kicking team for Wind River. Rather than risk any sort of injury or attrition running all the way to get the ball carrier, they're just kicking the ball about 10 yards.
Okay, 1st and 10 for Wyoming Indian. They're at the 42-yard line in Wyoming Indian territory. First down, 10 yards to go. 7:05 to go in the first half of play. And is that a dog I hear barking? Oh, it's a little puppy that's up here in the press box.
Best game ever. We have a 7-week-old puppy up here.
Yeah, that's a cutie. Okay, Wyoming Indian coming up to the line of scrimmage at their own 42. And they have Brown flanked out wide to the right side, back to pass. And caught behind and sacked. Back at the 35-yard line is Karen Martell.
And Martell's just trying to do a little bit too much. I know his pass blocking is breaking down right in front of his face, but there are options that he can have, especially the option if you want to try and run an option play. But he's just trying to do way too much whenever the pass blocking breaks down in front of him.
Yeah, it's back to the 36-yard line. Martell now is carried 7 times for -5 yards. He's had a couple of positive yards, but been sacked about
2nd and 16.
Yeah, this is not Guernsey's defense. He's going to have to do something different if he wants to get some more positive yardage.
Same formation as before. 1 man in the slot. Back to pass. Martell
Here he goes.
Moves up. Launches a long pass, and it is incomplete down at the 30-yard line.
And 25, I think, was the wide receiver. He slipped on the play, and that let Wind River have 3 different purple jerseys down there by around the ball.
Yeah, that was Adriana Brown. He slipped. We did have a little bit of rain earlier.
It's been nice ever since. You're right, though. It is pitch black outside of the lights out here.
That's right.
And you can see my reflection from this 2-pane window in front of us, but I guarantee if we turn the lights off in here, I don't know how much you would see.
Yeah, right. So 3rd down now, and we've got 16 yards to go for Wyoming Indian. They're huddling up back at the 30-yard line, taking a lot of time here. Looking for the back judge, and he is not started his 5-second count yet. Everyone is in tight except for one wide receiver. Back to pass. Martell sacked again, back at the 32-yard line.
And he's just trying to go right through the middle. It's just not working for him.
Yeah, and I tell you, we've got an awful lot of Cougars that ran on that one. I believe this one was Calder Johnson in on that tackle. So it's 4th down now. The ball is back at the 33-yard line, a loss of 3 by Martell. He now has -8 yards.
I'll tell you what, Ernie, I am not a popcorn fan, but that popcorn smells good right now.
You know, I was going to mention that they're cooking popcorn right down below us in the concession stand, and it's wafting up through this open window. And boy, does it smell good.
It does, yes. My wife eats popcorn every night. I'm just not a fan.
Okay, Martell back to pass, looking. He's caught again, sacked again, back at the 27-yard line.
An interception or not, he could have thrown that, and I mean, that would have been the better play. He had 2 different pump fakes, and I don't know if they were necessarily pump fakes or he saw someone in front of him and just decided to hold the ball down.
So the Chiefs
on downs.
loss on downs.
Cougars.
Wind River takes over in great field position. And I believe they're going to be at the 29-yard line. Okay, Wyoming Indian on defense, and they call timeout. 3:33 to go in the first half, 58-0 Wind River.
It's Physical Therapy Month.
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 It's Physical Therapy Month. October is National Physical Therapy Month, and here at Teton Therapy we are celebrating all month long. In our Lander and Riverton clinics, we're hosting special events, celebrations, and great giveaways for our patients, past, present, and future. Check us out at Teton Therapy PC on Facebook for more details.
Whatever. I like Eagle better.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Well, Sean, we're now at the time where we have a running clock as soon as play begins here. The Cougars first down, and we have offside on Wyoming Indian. Let's see if they were off board. Well, that was kind of an interesting gesture.
Offside.
Isaiah Jones, the center, just handed the ball to the official, so he didn't have to walk very far to mark off the penalty. So the penalty against Wyoming Indian, and that is their 4th penalty for 25 yards. Here we go, on the outside, nobody there. Frederick, touchdown.
It's just too easy for these guys. Their running game is unstoppable against these Chiefs. But it's been unstoppable all year. I mean, other than the Big Piney game last week, which we heard Coach Frederick talk about, it's been probably the best run game in the whole state, even outside of 9-man.
So Frederick brings it in again, and let's see, that is 3rd touchdown of the night at 3:22 to go here until halftime. Cougars are lining up for the extra point attempt for 2. And straight ahead, touchdown. Yes, by the Cougars. So the 2-point conversion, and it's now 66-0 Wind River.
Wyoglass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. Wyoglass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Wyoglass is Lander.
Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and DuBois. A bank that is owned and operated by locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank, your source for home loans, auto loans, and more.
Back at Leroy Center Field in the pavilion, the Wind River Cougars with a
sizable lead.
Dominating 60. They won last year's game 76-0, and it's already 66-0 with 3:22 to go in the first half. And of course, as we were mentioning just before that last touchdown, as soon as the ball is put in play, we'll have a running clock for the rest of the game. When it gets past 45 minutes, they start the running clock. And we're well beyond that right now. 6:06. Okay, let's see what Isaiah Jones does. Now he goes all the way back into regular kick formation. He's back at the 34-yard line, puts his toe to it. End over end kick is going to be picked up by Brown. Brown at the 25-yard line. He's going to make 5 yards on the play back to the 30. So that's where Wyoming Indian now
brought down by Ruby and company.
10 yards to go at their own 30-yard line.
Ball placed on the 30-yard line.
Well, Sean, we thought this might be a runaway, but it's worse than that.
It might be, yeah. And this just gets me even more excited for their game against Shoshone. The Fremont County game of the week, 2 weeks from today, is going to be Shoshone versus Wind River. That'll probably be...
It'll be right here in the pavilion.
I believe it will, yeah. And that'll be one of those games where if you don't tune in, you'll want to be here for it, because that might be the best football game of the season, whether it's 9-man, 11-man, or 6-man.
Well, Wyoming Indian 1st and 10 now at their own 30-yard line. Hash mark on the near side of the field. 2:25 to go in the first half of play. Same formation they've been running all night. Brown split out wide to the left side. And another missed play. And
he's
getting
going.
Away is on the other side, actually making some runs. Ryan Martell. I didn't see the handoff to Ryan, but he was still caught for a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, he did an excellent job getting away from the defense, but it was just following him way too closely. So that was a 5-yard loss, but it definitely took a lot of effort to get back there.
Yeah, Martell now has negative 3 yards on the game. Slow Bear has 9 yards rushing, and Dave has 4 yards rushing. Those are the only 2 players with positive yards for the Chiefs. And Martell has 28 yards of passing, and that was one pass to Brown. Okay, same offensive set by the Chiefs. And there's the handoff to the first man through, and he's going to get a little bit of yardage. And that is going to be Isaiah Day. So he's going to pick up about 2 yards on the play. Day now has 6 yards on
third down.
And it'll be third down, and they're going to move that ball to the 26-yard line.
And just to go back to those Fremont County games of the week, they are typically called by Cody Beers. Ernie and I are lucky enough to do this special presentation, but we are here because St. Stephen's versus Wyoming Indian was supposed to be next week's, and we have changed that. I'll let you know right after this play.
Back to pass, rolling to his right side. There's a
nice pass.
Caught downfield, a nice pass. It's not going to be first down, but that ball was thrown to Darian Augustine.
That was a great catch too. I mean,
Augustine's
good pass.
First catch of the game, and it's going to go
to the 37-yard line of the Chiefs.
Up
brings
to
up
the
4th down and about
11 yards on the pass play. Second pass completed by Martell this afternoon. Brings up a very doable 4th down and 4 yards to go for the Chiefs.
Yeah, he led him pretty well. Back to my original conversation though. Cody, the clock is about to hit.
I don't know if they're going to get this play off.
I don't think they are. It's about to be halftime. And they won't.
They did not. They did not get
it. And that is the quarter.
That's halftime.
And it is halftime.
Cougars up 6-0. The first 2 periods of play.
How about those Cougars?
6 and Wyoming Indians 0.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey. Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more, is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program. Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288. Riverton's Hampton Inn and Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County School Athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit nreca.org.
Hometown Freedom Healthcare, making healthcare great. Providing coverage in family medicine, women's health, pediatrics, and mental health. Meet providers Tara Blumenshine, Adina Vasco, and Jessica Rodriguez. Come see us at Hometown Freedom Healthcare, locally owned, 463-0541.
Take care of your heart. You only get one, so eat well by avoiding salty, fatty foods and fill up on fiber and grains. Stay active. Shoot for 150 minutes of physical activity per week. Take your heart medications and call 911 if you're having any symptoms of a heart attack or stroke. Lander Medical Clinic cares about your heart. But no one should care more about your heart than you.
And welcome back to the CWC halftime show. We have got the Cougars up 66-0 on the Wyoming Indian Chiefs, and that will instill the running clock for the rest of the half. Ernie, I know you just rushed up here. I'll let you catch your breath. I was about to read off some stats. Before we do that, I will let you know Shoshone is up on Riverside 47-6 at the end of the third. So it looks like Wind River and Shoshone probably going to be the number 1 and number 2 seed heading into next week as well.
Yeah, that's going to be a great game. It's going to be here in Pavilion each year. And Shoshone, as you know, has won, I think, the last 4 games in this series. So Wind River would be looking for an upset. And as you recall, Sean, the Wranglers defeated Wind River in the semifinal game last year.
Yes, they did.
And Shoshone, of course, went on to win the state championship. So good on the Wranglers there. Well, it's been all Wind River. The first score came at 11:45. This 15 seconds into the game, it was a 10-yard run by Frederick. Fowler had the rush. It was 8-0. And of course, that play was set up by a 65-yard kickoff return by Ruby. And then 39 seconds later, it was a 53-yard punt return. The PAT rush failed. It was 14-0. And that was and then with 8 seconds to go in the first, 20-yard pass from Fowler to Herbert for 22 to open the score at 5:34. That was just 2 minutes and 40 seconds later, a 54-yard interception return. And I forgot to. When you had the interception return, I forgot to write down.
I believe it was. We can get that stat coming up from the people to our left here shortly.
I'm looking back to see where that was, and I didn't write down who did it.
You guys have the pick six?
Wombi Wamera.
Do you have who had the pick six?
Interception. And then the touchdown. Was it number 4? Then we had a rush by Frederick, 38-0. A pass to Calder Johnson from Fowler, 46-0. A Fowler 28-yard run, 52-0. A Herbert 23-yard run, 58-0. A Frederick 29-yard run, 66-2.
And it was Herbert on the pick six there, so you had it right. And right now the Chiefs are probably getting their morale is low in the huddle right now. You can almost see it. They're all kind of hanging their heads. But right now, I think the one thing that Coach Reinhardt can do is focus on what went well. There was a few long passes that were dropped. I think it's safe to say they're probably not going to be able to come back from 66-0. But to get on the board would be a big morale boost here. It'd be something they can take home. They're obviously going to get the win the win next week, considering St. Stephen's is already forfeited. So they will technically end up being 3-3, even though one of those wins was against Rocky Mountain's JV team.
Sure. A W is a W, though.
W is a W, yes.
Wyoming Indian hasn't won 3 games since 1998, when they went 4-4.
That's 5 years old.
Made the state quarterfinals that year. So, in terms of overall season, the Chiefs are not so badly here. But, Wind River is bigger, they're stronger, and they have much more experience.
Much more experience.
How about that super band?
I think that's one thing that Wind River really is leaning on, is the fact that they have quite a bit of seniors and quite a bit of juniors that were on that team that got so close last year. And if you talk to Coach Frederick and you talk to some of the guys on the team, that loss to Shoshone rings true, and their only goal this year is to get back to Laramie, because they know that they had the talent to be in Laramie last year, and it was just that one loss to Shoshone that kept them there. So, like we said, that game in 2 weeks on Fremont County's Game of the Week against Shoshone will probably be must-watch TV. Doesn't matter what else is on.
Hey, I want to give a hat tip off to Mark Kress, who's doing the public address announcing here tonight, and he is in the elementary school here, and we had a pretty good thing going there, Mark, for quite a while when he was the assistant basketball coach to Justin Walker, and we had it tradition. Before each game, we'd do a fist bump. And it worked. We got the 4 straight state championship games, the 3rd place game, and a consolation championship. Two championships and 2 runner-ups. Yeah, 2 runners-up, 2 state championships. It was not a bad deal, was it?
No, it wasn't. It was awesome.
And of course, Mark's son Corey was on those basketball teams, and unfortunately had an injury to his knee in the senior year. He went on to play a year at Casper College, and then got injured in an intramural game, and that was the end of it. So now he's just making money, going out and working and making money.
Making money. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Mark, it's good to see you back in the purple and black, and good to see you. We'll hopefully run into you again sometime this basketball season.
That's great to be back. Great to be back, and looking forward to it here.
All right, sounds good. Mark Kress here on the halftime show. We're down to a minute to go before we start the second half. I guess the teams get, 3 minutes?
1 minute to
warm up after that. So let's take a timeout and we'll be back.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Ballard, Dr. Hinkle, and Dr. Frazier offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
Snyder Signature Properties would like to give a huge shout out to the local sports of Fremont County. They are here to support your team and your local home real estate needs. Call today to see how Snyder Signature Properties can help you buy and sell your next property. Good luck to all Fremont County athletes.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
It's Physical Therapy Month.
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 It's Physical Therapy Month. October is National Physical Therapy Month, and here at Teton Therapy, we are celebrating all month long. In our Lander and Riverton clinics, we're hosting special events, celebrations, and great giveaways for our patients, past, present, and future. Check us out at Teton Therapy PC on Facebook for more details.
Whatever. I like April better.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Wyoglass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. Wyoglass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Wyoglass is Lander.
Well, we didn't go over the statistics. Wyoming Union is negative in run yardage, but they do have positive yardage of 39 yards through the air. One pass, 28 to Edry on the ground, and one pass to Augustine for 11 yards. Fowler has 120-yard reception, or 120-yard completion to J.C. Herbert. Herbert also had that 53-yard interception in return, and he was the receiver of the 20-yard pass. Frederick has 65 yards on the ground rushing.
Just a reminder, everyone, that this is a smoke-free, tobacco-free campus.
Well, they only had one series of
And don't forget the alcohol
they made it
part,
to
too.
the third down. Otherwise, it was like first place score.
Yes, it was. And that third down was replayed 3 separate times before Wyoming Indian gave them the first down, and then they scored right away. So it's something that Wyoming Indians got to be kicking themselves about. They could have had one stop, and in a game that's 66-0, one stop means a lot. So it's something that they might be working toward in this half, and maybe with the running clock, they won't have as much attrition because they won't be playing so many more downs. So we'll see what happens here.
Well, it's been a great night here in the pavilion. We've only had one arrest, and that arrest was a 4-legged dog.
Yeah, out on the field.
Who was running around, and the school resource officer here collared up the dog and locked it in her Fremont County Sheriff's Department truck. And so if you're missing a tan
Just a
dog,
reminder, there is a dog
it's been arrested and
in the SRO's vehicle.
It's in the pound.
Hopefully she still has some seats left in that, so claim that dog, please.
Okay, 66-0, 12 minutes to go here in the third period. We will have a running clock due to the score. And there was a penalty on the Cougars on that last series of downs, so
Kick off a little further back.
that is Isaiah Jones is going to be kicking off, and it doesn't reach the 50-yard line. It bounces. There's the return. No return. Scooping up the ball was Kylene St. Clair.
He didn't look like he wanted that ball.
No, he didn't either. He took like, now what do I do?
Yeah, he said, one of you guys get it. I don't want that one.
First.
So it's at the
Chiefs ball.
48-yard
line.
And it's in Wyoming Indian territory. I misspoke when I said it didn't cross the 50. It barely did.
Just barely.
Yeah, so Wyoming Indian has it first and 10 at their own. I'm going to call it the 48-yard line. That looks more like the 48 to me.
And before we get this playoff, I was so close to completing my sentence before halftime. We are changing the Wyoming Indian versus St. Stephen's Fremont County Game of the Week. It's going to be called by Cody. It was supposed to be that game, but since St. Stephen's has forfeited, we're going to go to Big Piney. It's going to be Cody Beers and I. It'll be my first time calling with him. And we're going to watch Shoshone play Big Piney.
Okay, back to pass. There's the pass. It's caught. He breaks it away, and that is Darren Augustine for a second catch, and he is close to the first down. I think the 42-yard line.
I almost think he got that.
No, they're going to mark it at the 43-yard line. So they crossed, so that's
Second down.
That's a 9-yard pass. Better get the right stat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 9 yards. A third pass completion, the second to Augustine. Okay, second down, 1 yard to go for the Chiefs. Hash mark on the near side. Full house look in the back. One man in motion. There's the snap. And caught and sacked way back at the 45-yard line.
Herbert
is Taryn Martell, and it was J.C. Herbert, who no one tested him. He came from the side and
big loss of 10 yards.
Animated to the quarterback.
Yeah, and that was, the previous play was the first time that Wind River really gave up a really well-designed play, and it looks like they didn't take it to her because they immediately sent everyone at the quarterback, and now they're back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, exactly, and it is a loss back to the original line of scrimmage, and it's third down after that really nice pass play. Martell in the gun.
They're bringing everyone again.
Snap, and Martell escapes. He rolls to his right side. He's got some running room. He aims for that first down marker. He's got the first down.
I think he got it. He got it.
Before he's pushed out of bounds.
Nice run by Terry Martell.
30-yard line. So Martell escaped the big Wind River rush and just took off running.
And remember when I said Taryn Martell, he likes to step up in the pocket. When he gets past that line that has already been pushed past him, he likes to take the run, and he can do a lot with it. He's a pretty big big boy. He's hard to take down. So
12-yard gain on the play, and a first down for the Wyoming Indian Chiefs. Hash mark far side. Clock moving. 8:56 to go. 66-0. Wind River with the lead. And there's a fumble on the play. Wind River recovers it at the 41-yard line. That was just a bad snap from Tucker.
The snap hit him right in the foot. It hit Taryn Martell right in the foot. There was nothing he could do about that. And they're really good first drive. That was probably the best drive that they put together. I know it was only 3 plays, but it might have been the best drive the Chiefs have had all day. It comes to a close.
So the
Let everybody know that the Cougars will be on the road next week, playing in Grable.
8:34 to go. We have a running clock here because of the
Should be a good game if you can make it.
The Cougars are
Hit the road.
up there on the far side. Let's see who comes out as quarterback. And we're going to have...
Looks like Burke.
Yeah, it looks like...
Now remember, Burke runs the wing offense, and Carter Fowler comes in for that spread offense, right-handed versus left-handed quarterback, and this is actually Fowler. And Fowler barely gets the ball off. Look at that.
And it's caught. And we've got a clear run to the end zone. I don't think anyone is going to be in a position to catch him. He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown, Frederick.
Wow, and Carter Fowler barely got that ball
Short
off.
pass to
And it didn't even look like a design screen. He just got it off to the first purple jersey you could see. And luckily for him, that was Frederick who took it all the way.
Yeah, so Fowler goes to Frederick, and from Fowler for the touchdown. And now we have the point after touchdown attempt. 7:43 to go in the third period.
And you know what makes Wind River even more dangerous? They like to go for 2. It's not that they don't trust their kicker. It might be, for all we know, but they like to go for 2 because they get it 99% of the time. Whether it's against the Chiefs or against someone else, they are getting the 2-point conversions pretty easily.
Okay, here they come up to the line of scrimmage, and the quarterback is Carter Fowler, senior.
He's only got 3 blockers in front of him.
Yeah, trips out to the right side, single receiver and offside.
Play.
So we'll have a 1-yard penalty here.
You could see how excited Wyoming Indian was because they finally had the numbers on their side on the rush.
Yeah.
If they could have just gotten to Fowler, they knew that they could have stopped a 2-point conversion from happening.
Okay, so we'll try this again from the 1-yard line, same formation. Fowler takes 2 steps back, looks in the end zone, throws, caught. And we have a 2-point conversion, and that was Calder Johnson. Calder Johnson gets the 2-pointer.
He's had quite a few of those today, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and he's the go-to man. And so now it's 74-0, and 7:28 to go here in the third period of play. We will have a running clock after we listen to this.
Right.
Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and DuBois. A bank that is owned and operated by locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank, your source for home loans, auto loans, and more.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Ernie Over and Sean O'Brate back with you in Pavilion at Leroy Center Field. And tomorrow, Sean and I will be at Wolverine Field in Riverton for the big county rivalry among the 3A schools, the Lander Tigers and the Riverton Wolverines. Lander and Riverton, that'll be at Wolverine Stadium, and this is 6 o'clock kickoff tomorrow, and
big
we'll
rivalry
be on the air. Yeah,
big rivalry, and not only that, Riverton's coming off their first win of the season. Yeah. Lander's coming off a pretty gnarly loss that they could have won maybe if they had one more possession or if they didn't fumble the ball 4 times.
Yeah, they had 4 fumbles, which led to 3 scores. Here's the kick, and it goes down to somebody we don't have in our. Oh yeah, no, it's Jaden Blackburn. Jaden Blackburn, and he has a nice return of about 12 yards on the play, and he goes to the 45-yard line. So Wyoming Indians will start at their own 45-yard line.
And just speaking of turnovers, if the Chiefs can eliminate some of those mistakes that they've been having on every single series so far, they were doing pretty well in their last series. I know it was only, I think, 4 plays, but if they can get that going again, there's a lot that this team can do. I saw a 10-yard pass turn into a 63-yard touchdown last week against Grable.
Yep.
It looked dead in the water, so this team does have some skill on offense. They just need to eliminate the mistakes.
1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line, and Terran Martell brings them up to the line of scrimmage. One man split out wide. To the left is Brown. 2 runners in the backfield. Back to pass as Martell rolls to his right. He's going to tuck it and run. He gets 5 yards. He gets 10 yards. He gets 14 yards. First down, Wyoming Indians.
I'm telling you, that's his specialty. He can get it done with his legs. He doesn't have to just throw it. He's a pretty, I've said it before, he's a pretty big boy. He's going to be hard to take down even by these Wind River Cougars.
Yeah, and Martell is now in positive yards in rushing with that 13-yard carry. He now has 4 positive yards.
Good for him.
On the ground. First down, 10 yards to go for the Chiefs. 4:20 with the clock running.
42-yard
Hash
line.
mark far side at the 31-yard line. Martell brings him out in that same formation. And coming out to the near side here is Adriano Brown. Everyone else is in tight. One man in the slot on the right. In the gun, there's the snap. Back to pass, Martell, big heavy rush, and he gets it away. Almost was sacked. That was a big rush on the play by Snyder. And it's an incomplete pass.
I got some scores for you here. So this is one of the weirder football scores I've ever seen. It is 17-15 Cincinnati over Miami right now. And for all you Pokes fans that watched BYU beat them last week, BYU is up by 11 against Utah State right now, right at the end of the 3rd quarter. Looks like BYU's had some struggles in this 3rd quarter because it was pretty much the same score at halftime.
Well, Utah State, this could be the last time that the Aggies play the Cougars for quite some time. As you know, BYU is moving into the Big 12 conference.
My old conference as a K-State fan.
Yeah, K-State, they've been doing well this year.
Yes, they have. We have a potential Heisman dark horse in Deuce Vaughn at running back. He's so good.
Same offensive set by the Chiefs. There's
Another fumble.
Fumble picked up by the Chiefs. They'll recover it and maybe make it back.
Picked up.
And that one just hit Martell on the hands and bounced away.
Yeah, and I wonder whether or not the center and the quarterback, Terran Martell, are having some communication issues maybe, because he just didn't seem ready for that snap.
Gardner. No
As a matter of
gain.
fact, I thought they might have had someone jump offside there. It was so fast.
Yes, give him a hand.
And I just want everyone that's watching this to know the opposing side of the field is typically reserved for the opponent's fans that follow. But if you look around over on this side of the field, which you cannot see from the camera, there's quite a bit of Wyoming Chiefs fans over here as well.
Yeah, they have the bleachers on the far side, and the bleachers to our right are typically for the visiting team. There's a lot of people here tonight.
There are, yeah. We are right down the street from Wyoming Indians, so it's not like it was that far of a drive.
Martell back to pass.
Oh, what a hit.
Away from one and not the other. Are they going to rule that a fumble?
He's getting up from that. I'm surprised he's getting up from that. He was being dragged down by his back, and when he went to throw the ball, the Wind River Cougar attacked him from the front, and I mean, his whole body looked like it just got twisted like a...
Well, his helmet
Big hit by Isaiah Jones.
So they're going to have somebody else come in and quarterback because Martell's helmet is off.
I believe number 12 is the backup quarterback.
Augustine.
Timeout, Chiefs.
Well, Augustine is out there.
But Rattling Little Yellow Man is their quarterback.
Yellow Man is out there. So we have a timeout, and 74-0, minute 40 to go, 3rd period.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at Du Bois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
All right, and we are back, and Ernie Over just told me he went to grade school here in Pavilion. How much has changed since...
Everything. Nothing exists now that was there then, back in the old days.
Did I hear that the gymnasium has been replaced by this field, or is that...
Well, the new school used to be where the football field is, or was, and they built the new school on the old football field.
Well, it's a pretty school. I've been in it a couple times now.
Yeah, it's a nice program here at Woodward, if I do say so myself, and I do say so myself.
And Ernie's brother graduated from high school here as well, so lots of over family traits here in Pavilion.
A big 4th down play now for the Wyoming Indian Chiefs, and
bobble the snap.
Another snap. This is the 3rd one this series where we've had a bobble of the snap, and Wind River is going to take over in their own territory. The loss is going to be back to the 6-yard line, so that's where the Cougars are going to start. 1st down and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
And they've had nothing but great field position other than I think maybe one.
Oh, the little dog. We had a little tinkle here on the floor.
That's what happens when a 7-week-old puppy is in here.
Corgi puppy in here. I saw him assume the position. I didn't have time to say anything. But we've got the cleanup material here right now, so it won't be long. Thank goodness a 7-week-old puppy doesn't produce much. Here's a nice run coming up with the ball this time. Is who was that? That was number 8?
Yes,
yeah,
number 8.
Remington Martinez.
Gain of about
the gain is to the 7-yard line inside Wyoming Indian Territory, so that's 4 and 3. That's a 7-yard gain.
I would imagine that Wind River's probably going to start putting in some second stringers to keep the attrition from their team.
Well, there's only 20 seconds left in the 3rd period. We're in a running clock situation. So let's go and see what we do here. There's a pro set look. Handoff comes on the near side, carrying the football is Casey
Gibson with the carry.
Gibson gets a 1st down.
Gets a 1st down.
1-yard line. So 6-yard gain by Gibson.
And that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter.
Of the 3rd
Cougars 74, Chiefs.
Wind River 74, Wyoming Indians 0.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
In any sport, athletes face the chance of sustaining an injury. According to the Athletic Training Association, 90% of student athletes reported some sort of sports-related injury. What's more is 54% report playing while injured. For various reasons, sports-related injuries are increasingly leaving our youth at risk of exposure to opioid-based pain medication. Fremont WhenTheGameSlowsDown.com is here to help navigate monitoring medication, social support, and suggestions on what to do when the game slows down. Brought to you by Fremont County Prevention Program.
Okay, well that cute little corgi puppy is sitting right underneath my feet here, so I'm not going to move to prevent injuring the puppy. And that's the puppy's had one of the best plays of the game when he got to come over here and I got to scratch his ears. Yeah. Uh-oh. Okay, Cougars have it 1st down, 10 yards to go, leading 74-0, 12 minutes to go. Clock is running. Oh my goodness, there's the snap. No one went back to get it. It's picked up at the 40-yard line by J.C. Herbert, and he's got a line. He's got a lane. And it is Martinez who's running. Martinez, he's going to go all the way for a touchdown.
Wow, 3 missed tackles later.
Well, the interesting thing was the snap came back and nobody moved. And Martinez ran 20 yards down the field to pick up the football and then he ran all the way back a big touchdown run of 59 yards by Martinez.
And you know, if you were to have one of those cameras that picks up how many yards he actually run, it was actually probably 80 yards with how much he ran backwards and forwards there.
Well, here we go, Martinez with the big run. And I realize I've just been putting Wind River stats on the Wyoming Union sheet, so I'll fix that.
Well, we'll figure it out.
Here's the 2-point straight ahead, running for the Cougars, Chris Burke, and he's in for the 2-point conversion. So the Cougars get the big run. What did I say the yardage was on that?
59.
59 yards on the run by
10 minutes and 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
PAT is good, and it's 82-0.
We officially have a bigger score than the last time they played, which was 76-0. So there's obviously some improvements by the Cougars, or maybe some opposite of improvements on the Chiefs. But either way, this score is 82-0, which is a pretty big score here. We're going to come back right after this ad.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
82-0, and if memory serves me right, this was the score that Bighorn beat the Cougars by in the quarterfinals 4 years ago up in the Bighorn. Unfortunately, Wind River lost the coin flip, 2 years in a row, and had to play at Bighorn, which is a beautiful football field up there. You can drive right up to the sideline and all that, but the ball game wasn't that great. But the Cougars at least made the quarterfinals. Here's the kick, goes down to the 20-yard line. Picked up at that time by Brown. Brown moves it up across the 25, across the 30, up to about the 33-yard line. And that's where the Chiefs will start first down and 10.
So now we've seen what the Chiefs can do through the air. That's pretty much the only success they've had all day. It's 82-0, clock's running. You might as well just try everything left in your playbook that allows you to get some yardage here.
Yeah, they're going to, we've got an extra football out on the field that one of the officials just spotted. So they're going to mark it down at the 33-yard line. And that's where Wyoming Indian will start first down.
The 34-yard line,
to go.
first and 10.
I never hope for penalties, but one of my favorite things about today's game so far, the refs came up here during halftime and said they're having competitions basically to see who can throw their penalty flag the highest whenever it needs to come out. So.
And they were practicing right before the third quarter, tossing that flag up in the air. And tell you, those things can get a lot of velocity. That probably went up 30 feet or so. Okay, here we go. High snap. A new quarterback. Now Brown is running it, and he gets across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. So it's a gain of 3 yards on the play.
Tackled by Darian Perry.
And they've been trying to run that play all day. That was probably the first time, maybe the second time that they've gotten something other than negative yardage.
Yeah, Adriana Brown. And it's now at the 36-yard line on the hash mark on the near side. 7.5 minutes to go. Wyoming Indians' best drive was their last drive, and unfortunately it ended with a pass interception. But
that's how most of their good drives have been ending.
Exactly. Same look in the backfield.
False start on the center?
There was the snap went back off the quarterback, who is now Braden Little.
Third down.
And no one moved. And finally he decided, hey, this is a live ball. I'm going to jump on it. And the loss is back to the 34-yard line, so a 2-yard loss for the new quarterback, Braden Little Yellowman. Okay, Yellowman hands it off on the far side.
Oh, wow.
Going to run into Marley Seahair. Seahair's got the first down. He's across 50-yard line, down to the 45, and pushed out of bounds there. So a nice run by Marley Seahair.
There's the flags.
Are there flags?
That might have been a late hit on Wind River because he was definitely out of bounds. But I don't know if necessarily they were pushing him out or tackling him out, or if this is going to be something else here.
And we have a personal foul against Wind River. That's a good late hit.
I believe so.
So the gain on the play was all the way to the 49-yard line. So that was a 15-yard gain that time by little yellow man. Get this on the score sheet here.
And the runner, got outside in a hurry, and he tried to turn up, and the only person standing in his way was one Cougar.
Yeah, Marley Seahair.
And he's got the ball again.
And here he goes on the near side. He's got a little bit of run. Oh, down to the 30-yard line. Right. Greg. So Seahair got 15 on that.
Romero.
And now it's going to be a gain of 6 yards by Brown. 6 yards. He has 9 yards now in the game. And the line of scrimmage is the 29-yard line in Wind River territory. Good chance here for Wyoming Indian to get on the board. 5:20 to go in the game. 82-0 is the score.
And they're not allowing themselves to make mistakes through the air. They might have the fumble on the snap, but they're not passing, so this is working out in their favor.
And there's the handoff, and it goes again to Marley Seahair. He's caught behind the line of scrimmage. A great rush that time, and I believe that was
by number 8.
Number 8.
Was it number 8?
Yes.
No, that was Mateo Amos. Mateo Amos with the stop, and it's a big loss. They go all the way back to the 34-yard line.
Mateo Amos on the stop.
A 6-yard
Brings
loss.
up third
Basically
down.
just wipes out the first play of this series right here. So
Clock moving, 4:37 to go in the final period. Wind River 82, Wyoming Indian 0.
right away, Ernie, who do you think might be up for player of the game for Wind River here?
Well, I think we've got a pretty good chance between Herbert and Frederick, although Fowler's been in there too. Well, we'll just take a look at all the scores here. And, you know, the defensive, we might give out a defensive award for all the fumbles and interceptions. Here's a little yellow man caught behind the line of scrimmage again. He's sacked. And the player on the bottom was Isaiah Remmel.
53, Isaiah Remmel.
And the only reason I ask is I'm trying to get Coach Frederick to give us 2 players of the game. So be sure after the game is over, we have 3 minutes and 45 seconds left. Be sure to stick around. We're going to go to some ads after the game is over, and we're going to come back with our players of the game and talk to them about how this huge win feels and how it leads into their postseason hopes.
Well, Frederick has had a bunch of touchdowns, 4 and 1 PAT 2, so he's a pretty good choice. And J.C. Herbert, perhaps, who's had 4 touchdowns. So
timeout here,
and 2 of those were on turnovers. So we'll be back. 3.5 minutes to go in the game.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288. Riverton's Hampton Inn & Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County's school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit nreca.org.
Well, shout a break to this game, 82-0, no doubt about the outcome. But we just got a score that Lander Valley won a volleyball match tonight.
Yes, they did. JV and varsity.
Yeah, back to pass with the yellow man. There's a long pass downfield. He's got a man, and it is knocked away.
Pass incomplete.
Had it his hands, LaDainian Brown had his hands on it, but was defended. Let's go back to
Broken up
volleyball.
by Jeffrey
Central
Parkcastle.
Wyoming College wrestler volleyball, they're ranked 11th in the nation.
It should be higher.
They finished
Cougars
9th
take
in the
over
nation
them.
last year. The CWC volleyball team under Darshea Gillard has really established a heck of a program there at CWC.
It's pretty awesome. I got to watch some of their game last night against Northwest College. They won in 3 straight sets. It never looked like it was out of their hands, and that's just how they play now. And yeah, I will stand by my word. They deserve to be higher than 11th right now.
Wind River takes over on downs. Pardon me, Sean.
No, you're fine.
Here's the pitch. It goes to the Martinez. Martinez finds some running room. He gets about 12 yards on the play to midfield.
Nice run by Bennington Martinez.
Yeah, they're just using everybody they have now. I think they've taken out most of their first string. Wind River's getting all the action here, and this is great setup for anything that happens in the next couple games or the postseason. If you have some players with some experience on second string, that's some great things to have when you go to the postseason.
2 minutes to go in the game. 82-zip. Cougars with the lead here on their home field at Leroy Center Field in Pavilion. Man in motion. Here's the handoff. Fumble. Wyoming Indian recovers in
fumble,
Wyoming River territory.
Chiefs
Falling on that
pick up
football.
fumble,
Danian Brown. So that's the first turnover. And of course, you might find something like that with a new set of players in there.
Definitely, and LaDainian kind of just made up for the drop pass there. And granted, it was knocked out of his hands on 4th down, but he made up for it there with the fumble recovery. And it looked like that play, I don't think that the quarterback for Wind River knew which player it was going to right away, and by the time he turned around, he was just gobbled up by Wyoming Indian Chiefs.
All right, we've got a minute 13 to go in the game. Wyoming Indian better hustle.
Ball played from the 44-yard line of the Cougars versus 10 Chiefs.
I would almost say just throw the Hail Mary 4 plays in a row if you can.
Well, they've been doing that all night long, so let's see if they can get one here to connect. Under a minute to go now.
It's still Little Yellow Man out there, I believe.
Little Yellow Man, the quarterback. He's a tall young man, too.
He is.
Yeah. Here's the snap. Oh, it's going to be a rushing play, and that didn't go anywhere. Isaiah Burnett carried the football, and he's going to lose 5 yards.
Isaiah Remack on
This
the
will probably
play.
be the last play of the game.
Yeah, we're down to 25 seconds to go now. Unless Wyoming Indian hustles it up, this would be the last play of the game. They've only got 20 seconds
Little help from Caden
to
Jones.
get back to the line of scrimmage, and they're looking like they're not even going to go back to the line of scrimmage.
I don't think they will.
They've got
Again,
10 seconds to go. Here they're making a run at it now. 5 seconds to go in the game. They're going to get the ball snapped and try a long pass, I think. There's the snap with 1 second to go.
Nope,
It's a
they're just gonna run
handoff.
it.
And it goes straight up the middle to LaDainian Brown, and that's the game. And our final score, Wind River 82 and Wyoming
Tackle by number
0.
12, Logan Jensen.
And if I
That
remember
will be the end of the
statistics
game.
correct, Sean,
Congratulations,
this is the
Cougars.
largest margin
You are now
of
5-0.
of any Wind River team in their history since 1969.
Like to thank
I would
everybody
believe it.
for
This
coming
is,
out this
this is
evening.
probably the most one-sided game I've ever been a part of, both in the booth or
Weather
as
was
a
a little
fan.
ominous.
Yeah, the previous high was
Got a little
76.
Yeah, that's-
Also against Wyoming Indian.
It is one. And don't forget, we're going to bring 2 of those Cougars up here and give them our
Everybody
Player of the
be safe
Game
going home this
awards. And so don't touch the
forget
You
to,
can't touch a dial because it's not a dial anymore.
Give
but
these Cougars a
don't
big
touch the
hand
dial.
before
We'll be back
they
after
head
these
off
ads
to the
here.
locker room.
Hometown Freedom Healthcare, making healthcare great. Providing coverage in family medicine, women's health, pediatrics, and mental health. Meet providers Tara Blumenshine, Adina Vasco, and Jessica Rodriguez. Come see us at Hometown Freedom Healthcare, locally owned, 463-0541.
Take care of your heart. You only get one, so eat well by avoiding salty, fatty foods and fill up on fiber and grains. Stay active. Shoot for 150 minutes of physical activity per week. Take your heart medications and call 911 if you're having any symptoms of a heart attack or stroke. Lander Medical Clinic cares about your heart, but no one should care more about your heart than you.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Ballard, Dr. Hinkle, and Dr. Frazier offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
Snyder Signature Properties would like to give a huge shout out to the local sports of Fremont County. They are here to support your team and your local home real estate needs. Call today to see how Snyder Signature Properties can help you buy and sell your next property. Good luck to all Fremont County athletes.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Okay, back again. Our final score, Wind River 82 and Wyoming Union 0. Did you ever get a final from Shoshone? I think they were leading like, what, 47-6?
No, I just texted a few different Shoshone members and I don't have it right yet. We do have some pretty bad service up here though, so I'm trying to get as much information as I can up here.
Okay, we've got a couple of players coming up to the booth here. Crow's Nest at Pavilion. We're going to have our players of the game introduced. Meanwhile, looking at the total statistics, Wind River had 143 yards on the ground, 20 yards in the air, 163 yards of total. And Wyoming Union had 35 yards rushing, 48 yards passing, 83 total yards. Somebody lose a phone?
Yeah, we got another phone.
We got another phone.
Multiple phones being lost out here.
Yeah, you'll have to check with Wind River tomorrow if you lost your phone.
All right, we have another phone come up missing.
So the
up in the Crow's Nest, if this might be yours.
Carries 65 yards. Martinez had
Stop all by.
carries for 78 yards. Fowler had 20 yards passing. Herbert was the reception on the passing. And they had 48 yards passing for Wyoming Union. Adriana Brown had 28 yards, and Augustine had 20 yards in receptions for Wyoming Union. And Sean, as you said all night long, the passes were there for Wyoming Union, but they just weren't able to pull it in.
No, they were not.
We've got our players of the game coming up. And our first player of the game is going to be J.C. Herbert. And,
on our Click It or Ticket post-game show.
Oh yeah, Click It or Ticket post-game show. Well, J.C., how are you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I was telling Sean earlier, maybe I shouldn't tell this story on you, but I remember we were in Powell at a district basketball tournament when you were still in middle school. And you had the purple hair. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah, you and your brother had the purple hair. And of course, now you graduated up to the varsity and you're doing a heck of a job this year. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Now, the key to Wind River's success has been rushing. What makes that so successful for the Cougars?
Oh, we just have great guys up front doing their blocking, getting to their assignments, and we honestly couldn't run without those guys that line up, just doing their stuff.
Well, you had quite a few turnovers. You had one yourself. And we had a couple of pick sixes, and we had punt return for a touchdown. I know in that punt return, there was just a wall of purple down there. There was no one from Wyoming Indian. How hard do you guys work on getting that set up?
Oh, it's a thing that's drilled into us. We really like having those blocks and making sure that when we get those blocks and we have those guys running behind them, we know that that's all the game is blocking for the guys to run.
Yeah, you guys have been taking it one game at a time. The victory at Big Piney, I think, was a huge win.
Yeah, it was. That was a big turning point and a good push in our program.
Well, you've got Shoshone coming up. I know you don't like to look ahead, but that's going to be a big game.
It is. It's always a hard-fought game every single year. Between the two of us, it's just nice and fun football.
Well, I know you'd like to go to Laramie this year, so the season isn't over yet. But JC, congratulations. Pass on along our congrats to your teammates as well.
Will do, thank you.
And we have Cooper Frederick up here as well. We have one player of the game is our Papa Murphy's player of the game and our Gatorade player of the game right here. Cooper Frederick, you were a busy guy out there today. Yeah. Congratulations on the win. Yeah. So you had unofficially here, let me look at my score sheet. What did I do? Oh, you had unofficially 65 yards and only 4 carries. And of course, you had a pretty big scamper there early in the game.
Yeah.
Now, how important is it for you guys to get out real fast?
It's very important. Our team doesn't shut down easily, but when we get those huge runs in the beginning, we really, it really gives us momentum to keep going.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Now, how long have you been in football?
Since 3rd grade. So.
Since 3rd grade.
Yeah.
Okay. And now you guys, you had a winning season last year.
Yeah.
You made it to the state semifinals, and you'd like to make it all the way to Laramie this year.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
That's your goal.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, the key to the success for Wind River is, we just had JC talk about it, are the guys up front. They've really been doing a good job for you.
Yeah, they really do. Without them, our offense would be horrible. My big runs are because of our line. I mean, Beefus, big man. I feel safe running behind him. Tucker Jensen, our 6'8" lineman.
Yeah.
He does his job. Kai, his snaps are perfect. He gets the job done. And my last big run, Kai was down the field helping me get there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Now, you guys had a lot of success tonight turning the corner.
Yep.
And that was because of the lead blocks.
That was because of our lead blocks. I mean, there's maybe one or few times I got mad at the line, but all the others were just them pushing them forward.
Now, you share the quarterbacking duties with Fowler. And how does that switch off work with you guys?
Actually, Chris Burke is our other.
Oh, Chris Burke, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
But,
all right. So how does the trade-off between you go on the passing plays and Burke does the wideouts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have 2 different passing plays. We got spread and our wing. Spread though, I mean, we got Chris on our left side, JC on our right. We also got Braden Tatro on our left. Those 3 are very key players to our spread. Without them, I mean, I couldn't get out to the holes and stuff. It really opens it up. But Carter does a good job checking the field, finding the right receiver, and knowing when to give me the ball.
Very good.
Yes,
well,
sir.
Congratulations on being our Gatorade player of the game.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sure? No. Let's get Coach on.
Let's get here. I'll
you can get Coach on that. Yeah.
do that, and you can talk to him, Sean.
Here you go, Coach.
Thank you for playing the game.
All right.
Can you hear me, Coach?
Thank you.
Cool. Well, Coach, 82-0 win. I think a lot of people looking at the stats coming into this game thought that it might be about this way. What did you tell your players before the game? Did you tell them that something like this might happen, or did you keep the whole game in front of them?
One of the big things I guess we stressed over and over, even all week, was that, we still wanted perfection. We knew it might be a blowout, but we still wanted perfection every play. We didn't quite have it in that first half. We had some penalties there that we definitely need to get cleaned up. But overall, I guess, the main thing was just having them stay focused, probably.
And other than that fumble at the end, you did play a mistake-free game pretty much.
It was pretty good when we got our 2s in, yeah. Other than the penalties, we did have the one snap and that fumble there, but
And
for the most part, it was good.
And tell me, so this is a mindset of most high school coaches. When you go for the point after attempt, you don't even put your kicker in. You always go for 2. Is that something that maybe sets you apart from other teams? Because you guys were, I think, like 8 for 9 on 2-point conversions. What does that set you apart from teams like Shoshone and Big Piney?
I think so. Like when it comes down to it, I mean that's what we're shooting for, anyways. You know, if we can go touchdown for touchdown, but we're getting a 2-point conversion in there, that's our whole thing, is trying to stay up on it.
Yeah, and so in your own eyes, your defense today, did they play as perfect as they could have? They think they had 3 picks, they had 2 fumble recoveries, and they had quite a bit of sacks. Is there anything that you were asking from your defense that they didn't provide tonight?
No, we thought defensively we played pretty well. I don't know what their final rushing yards were, but that was one of our things, was trying to hold them to like under 20 if we could, which we didn't know. We probably didn't get that done.
48
yards. They had 4?
They had 48 yards.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean under 50. That's okay. Yeah. We were hoping to keep it going.
And the next time we'll see you will be the Fremont County Game of the Week in 2 weeks when you guys take on Shoshone, who also won tonight by a score of 47-6. So Shoshone's probably your toughest competitor in your division. I know we've talked a lot about them, but what are you looking forward to in your homecoming game against Shoshone?
We just, I don't know. It's just one of those things where the kids are always up, and it doesn't matter, both sides. We could probably be 0-5 going in or 0-6 going into that game, and they're going to come and play. So I guess one of the things we really focus on there is just, we got to make sure we stay perfect. We got to make sure we run everything right. But we know that that's definitely going to be one of our toughest ones for sure coming up. I mean, Big Piney was tough, but we had things there we knew we had to clean up. And once we get that cleaned up, hopefully we should show it should go a little better.
Well, Coach, congrats on the win. Go spread the congratulations from us to your team.
Thank you guys so much for doing this.
Hey, no problem. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. There's your water bottle right there. Thanks, guys. You bet.
And we will be right back after this word from our sponsors to say goodbye.
Therapy month.
It's Physical 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 Therapy Month.
October is National Physical Therapy Month, and here at Teton Therapy we are celebrating all month long. In our Lander and Riverton clinics, we're hosting special events, celebrations, and great giveaways for our patients, past, present, and future. Check us out at Teton Therapy PC on Facebook for more details.
Whatever. I like April better.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Wyoglass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. Wyoglass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Wyoglass is Lander.
Well, have a good weekend.
Okay, back again. Ernie Over and Sean O'Brate from Leroy Centerfield in Pavilion. It went pretty much the way we thought it was going to go, Sean. And you just heard the coach say there they had a chance to bring in some younger guys and get some experience, which always helps you down the road.
Always, especially in this division that they're in, where they have a few big, I wouldn't say rivals. Shoshone's definitely a rival. You got Big Piney, you got Shoshone, you got 2 or 3 teams that could really battle you for first place in this division. So getting all the experience that you can in a game like today, it goes a long way when it's all said and done.
Well, the interesting, we saw the Cougars score on offense, on defense, and special teams today. When you have a full
we should be good to go.
Slate, yeah, of scoring in all 3 realms of the game, you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, and their defense, I mean, they were getting after the quarterback, and if they weren't getting after the quarterback, they were really keeping the pressure on those wide receivers. There was not really a running play from Wyoming Indian that really got very many yards, so they have a lot to be happy about. You heard Coach, though. I mean, it was as near a perfect game as you can get, but they're going to try and fix whatever they can. I don't know how much more you can fix. Maybe it would have been an 88-0 game if Coach Frederick had his way, but they definitely have a lot to be happy about and look forward to when they go against Shoshone in 2 weeks.
Well, Sean, thanks for setting up this special broadcast of the game of the week for the Wind River Cougars and Wyoming Indian Chiefs to make sure we get every team represented. And we now have done that, and we'll have another couple of really good games coming up tomorrow night. We have Lander Valley at Riverton. That's going to be a pretty interesting game.
Homecoming week for Riverton as well.
Homecoming week at Riverton.
Yeah, you got Lander Riverton tomorrow. That'll be a great game. The Fremont County Game of the Week called by Cody Beers, will be at DuBois on Tuesday at 2. I will also be up there. I might join him up for maybe a half or so. I really like calling with Cody. I really like DuBois. If you've never watched the DuBois game, they are pretty good as well on offense. I think they racked up 7 points against Farson Eden last week. So it's going to be a fun game. That'll be a good game. They'll be playing Meeteetse, and then I know it's Hot Springs County, but Thermopolis got their first win last week, and they're going to try and keep it going against Pinedale tomorrow at 4. That'll be a good game as well. So lots of good games this weekend, and then of course next week, like I said, our Fremont County Game of the Week will be Thursday night, Shoshone at Big Piney. I've never been to Big Piney. What should I look for out there?
Bring your jacket.
Okay.
It'll be chilly at nighttime. Big Piney is one of the coldest spots in Wyoming outside of Yellowstone Park in the evening. But they've got a beautiful facility there, and they had a 2-point loss to Wind River, and I know they'd love to knock off Shoshone to try and get back in that race.
Yeah, and the first game that I called this year was Shoshone, and they lost by just 1 possession, and that is just, I don't want to say haunted, but every time I talk to a Shoshone football player, whether it's at a volleyball game or a practice, they all wish they could have that game back, and I know that they're just putting all that angst and energy into every single game, so I'm excited to see what they bring to Big Piney.
Well, Sean O'Brien is the sports director of the WYO Today Media Radio Network and sports editor of the Riverton Ranger, Lander Journal, and Wind River News. Sean, thank you for coming in and setting all this up for today. Appreciate, as always, working together with you. And that's it for the game tonight, 82-0, our final score. Thanks to everyone for tuning in and watching the broadcast. We'll see you tomorrow night in Riverton.
He was so strong.
Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and DuBois. A bank that is owned and operated by locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank, your source for home loans, auto loans, and more.